Hello, in this video I want to show you how I make these assets, wall and the towers here for a project that I'm working on in a semi-procedural way. So I have control, manual control, but also it helps me to produce assets very quickly. So if I go back to solid mode, I will unhide the original um, collection, and this part here, it's the same as this one. This one is already with the texture, this one no, but let's see how I did this. So basically I have boolean first. I have this mesh which is in displaying as bounding box. If I display it as solid, um, oh, there you go, solid. And basically it's just a geometry to create to be used in the volume in the boolean. So I start in geometry nodes with a box. Okay, let me isolate this first. I had this box, then I have this boolean to create the basic shape of the arc. Then later I create an info collection with all the bricks, which basically these are a bunch of boxes inside the collection that I'm importing right here. Then I realize the instances because I don't want them to be instances but geometry. And with a join geometry, I connect this boolean with this new generated bricks. By the way, these bricks were placed by hand. It was not a procedural process, so I have control on where I can put all the bricks, all the stones, not bricks, stones. Then after I convert the mesh to a volume and back to a mesh. And another thing that I did was is visible in this piece of geometry here is that I also sometimes I have this basic geometry, create a bunch of boxes or spheres with displacement, noise displacement applied, so it has some variation in the mesh. Then make the boolean so I can cut out pieces of it. Then apply this brick collection again and convert the mesh to a volume and back to a mesh again. Then I have this. Now for the texture, this is not very procedural because I'm basically making a duplicate, then applying completely the geometry node. You see, this one is just geometry, doesn't have contain any nodes or anything. And then after I made the UVs by selecting one of the edges and by clicking, control clicking somewhere else to create a sim, Blender will make a selection of the shortest path from the original edge to the current edge. So I can create sims really quickly. Try to do it this procedural, but I decided that it was maybe too much things to add where I can really do it really quickly myself, at least for this type of geometry. Then after I create the sim, I can go to the UV editor, select all the polygons and unwrap it. Now if I select everything, because it's just a wall, I can also project from view, and also this piece, project from view. Maybe scale this up a little bit and apply the texture. Uh, Now for the texture, it's basically a tileable stone texture that I did based on a scan. I can show you in a different video how I did it, but that's pretty much it. And one thing that I was forgetting is that I did use a subdivision displacement with adaptive subdivision, and that would be it. If I render this, you'll see that I have this bare like piece of asset that I can use uh, anywhere in my building, and I produce it really quickly with just basic shapes and boxes and spheres. So it's super easy to use. I think it's not, well, of course, it's not fully procedural, but I think it saves a lot of time, at least for me. And that'll be all, guys. Thanks a lot for watching this video.